Hello everyone, welcome back to GM Games. It's CoachFury here today, and we're back with our Let's Play episode of the Charlotte Hornets. Essentially seeing whether we can help LaMelo Ball develop into a top talent, top player in the NBA with this Charlotte Hornets team. And for those of you who've been following along, obviously the last episode we got to sort of the trade near the trade deadline, and there was a whole bunch of transactions that we actually did complete. We've moved away a couple of different players, and we managed to bring in Gallinari, which I didn't realise from last episode. But the reason why we managed to get him and Okongwu, a pretty good defensive prospect, quite cheap, was because Gallinari's contract goes up to $20 million next year, which I did not know. So did not anticipate his salary going from 1.9 million to 20 million, which means that we still be under the cap next year, but we don't necessarily have the amount of money I thought we would have to play with. But we did bring, I mean, he looks okay. I mean, he's a good shooter still. I mean, he'll still be fine for the length of his contract. We'll probably try and flip him at some point. We did manage to bring in Okongwu, I'm just going to call Oyenka, who looks like a pretty good defensive prospect actually, as well. So interested to see how he develops. We also managed to bring in Michael Porter Jr., I believe in a transaction which meant that we gave away Devontae Graham, who we necessarily didn't really need, who's had 1 year left on his deal. So to get someone like Michael Porter and a second round pick for him was just a too good a value deal really to take up. We did also try and see if we could shop Gordon Hayward, Monk, Bridges, but there was no takers really, so maybe we'll look at that in the off season. But what that means is that our actual rotation is pretty different now. Yeah, you can see we're currently got Miles Bridges penned in as the starting point guard, but obviously that's not necessarily correct. We want LaMelo in there, taking up as many of those minutes as humanly possible. Just get that sorted. There we go. Which means that now Bridges, who we're looking to trade, is pretty much our shooting guard. Hayward, Gallinari, Zeller, and then Porter, Oyenka. Washington's not got as many minutes now. He has definitely been dropped from the rotation. And then we've got a mixture of guys taking up some wing and point guard positions really at this moment in time. But there was a whole load of transactions which occurred just before we got to the next day. You can see here Derrick Rose went to the Celtics. Cousins got traded to the Nets. So the Nets have picked up Cousins as well to add to Durant and Irving, which is a crazy deal. The Spurs traded Gay and a first round pick for a bunch of odd prospects really. Not really sure what they were doing with that. And then we've got Wiggins was swapped for Randall, which is an interesting deal. So obviously the Golden State Warriors basically got fed up with Wiggins and decided to go and get themselves a proper power forward. The Clippers traded Beverly and Kennard for Rubio and a second round pick. Yeah, and they're sort of the big ones. Alex Caruso was sent down to the D-League. Poor Alex Caruso. Even in draft day sports, he doesn't get too much of a liking, unfortunately. And then the Lakers traded Gasol for Ish Smith and to pick up a second round pick. So we have one more day left until the end of the trade, till the trade deadline completes. We do have to go and sort out our player instruction for LaMelo Ball. So you can see his actual shooting numbers are improving. His corner shooting is definitely getting better. His numbers are definitely going up. He's shooting 38% now. A lot better from downtown. So we are trying as much as we can to limit this. If we look at his stuff, his drive and pass, catch and shoot, his post up is down. We want him to drive and shoot probably more than to actually catch and shoot. So we will probably go in and adjust that so that he is driving and shooting a little bit more. So let's go and do that to begin with. Drive and shoot more at the expense of catch and shoot. Oh, okay, we've already got an instruction until the 14th. Oh, okay, so we've got to go another week. I don't think we're going to get any more trade offers, but we will just sim that one day just to see if there is anything that comes our way. And a whole bunch of transactions just went through then. And we've got something in the inbox. We have a trade offer. Okay. Oh, Monk for Bridges. I will certainly take that, I think. Yes. Thank you. Dealing away an expiring contract in Monk to pick up Bridges. So we do have both the Bridges brothers now on this team. That I'm really happy with that deal. Mikal Bridges is perfectly fine for us. Let's just see, does that readjust all of this? So he can quite comfortably take a whole range of positions there. Let's just quickly put Ball back in. Like so. Probably want you to have a break there and there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, cool. We're slowly building a little bit of a team here. Happy with that. Thank you very much, Phoenix Suns. We will certainly take that. Right, so let's get ourselves to the 14th of the month so we can put in those player instructions for LaMelo Ball. We will stop on any injuries. And have we got an injury right away? Okay, so Gordon Hayward's out for 4 days with a... Store that lineup. It's out for 4 days. It's just the matrix. So Bridges, you can come in. Yeah, cool. So let's get ourselves to the 14th. We will then put Hayward back in. We will then do our player instructions and see how it goes. See, yeah, Ball with 16 assists now. That's really good to see that he's improving. Look at that, 11 rebounds, 8 assists. He's definitely developing. Okay, so we are at the 14th now. We can now do the instruction for Ball. So 1 month. I want you to drive and shoot more at the expense of catch and shoot. Did that go down? Yep, that did go down. In terms of the depth chart itself, we will restore the lineup and come back in with Washington like so. Right, so we'll go 1 more month, so that'll take us to the 14th of, let's go to the sort of 15th of March, so we definitely clear that month. And we'll stop on injuries, and then we'll have a little bit of a recap, and we'll see if Ball is still putting up the numbers that we want him to. 19 points there in that win. Look. Oh yeah, we've got the. I've completely forgot that we had the All-Star break. Okay, maybe we'll stop here actually. Let's see if he makes the rookie team. So in terms of the slam dunk contest, a newbie won it. We didn't have anyone in that, but that's fine. In terms of the 3-point contest, nobody in there for us, I don't believe. Nope. Okay, let's move on. Was he in the rookie team? He was. He came off the bench. 3 of 8. Okay, look at that. Oh my god, look at that. That's our guy as well. We traded for him. Putting up 12 of 12. I'll certainly take that. So we had him as well. Ball off the bench though. So good to see that he actually was on the rookie team. That did beat the sophomores. So that's good. Williamson was 6 of 12 as well. How's he doing actually? 17 and 7. Okay, yeah. Williams is balding at the minute. But so is Wiseman, to be fair. That'll be an interesting battle to see those two. Okay. So let's just pause then and have a little look and see how LaMelo's doing. So 8, 4 and 4. His numbers are definitely improving. He's shooting 39% now. So we are getting better performance out of him. His 3-point shot is still a little bit wayward. But that's okay. Definitely his defensive abilities improved. Ball handling's improved. So we're making small gains with him. Small gains at a time. Let's just sim so we can get to the East and Western All-Stars and just have a quick look at that. 183, 176. Wow. Okay, that's just a crazy scoring game. We didn't have anyone in there. I'm not really surprised that we don't. Doncic with 51 points in that game. Oh my goodness. 17 of 23. Wow. Yeah, okay, he is now just a complete superstar in this game. Wow. Okay, let's get ourselves to 15th of March, as we said. We'll stop on injuries, but apart from that, we'll get ourselves going forward. Nice win there. Look, Bridges 22 points. Gallinari's grabbing rebounds like a madman for us. So, in terms of output from what he is, I mean, obviously we have to pay him $20 million next year, but that's okay. We can do that. They've got an injury to Bridges, who's out, and Zeller is out as well. Okay. Porter Jr., you can come in at centre. Zeller, you go down the bench rotation. You're probable, so you can play, I think, if you're probable. Yeah, you can. Porter with 22 points in that game. Okay, you can stay in there then. Give you a bit of a run. Why not? I'm quite interested to see how this team moves forward, actually, because and obviously the focus is LaMelo Ball, and we need to develop him. But we've got some really interesting young prospects now that we managed to trade for, in the sense that we've got the likes of the Bridges brothers, who are 22, and where is he? And 24, so they're good age. Porter's obviously only 22. Oyenka is only 20. Some really interesting. I mean, the thing I would say is probably going forward, we would need to try and address the wing position. Really, that's something we'll have to look at maybe in the draft or free agency. But yeah, certainly getting better now. Shooting 40%. Better shooting numbers, definitely better shooting numbers from LaMelo. So we probably need to get him to catch and shoot less and more drive and shoot. If we can get him driving to the basket a bit more, keep that quite varied, that'll probably work for us. The Porter, you're out for 4 days. Blimey, you came in, made an impact, and then you ran off with an injury. Yeah, why not? Let's give Richards. Yeah, we'll give Richards and Oyenka a go, I think. What are we up to? We're up to 3rd of March. Let's get ourselves to the 15th so we can set the instructions again. And we've got another injury. Blimey, injuries are piling up this month. Richards is out with concussion. Okay. 40% now. Much better numbers. Yeah, we just need him driving to that basket, really. Okay, AI suggest. Zeller, you can come back in. Yeah, let's go with that. So we've got about another week or so to go. Oh, Martin, you're out injured, are you? Strained hamstring, out for 8 days. Come on, we just got to get through one more week with no injuries. Gallinari, 35 points. Ball with 11 assists in that game as well. His numbers are definitely getting better. We'll have to look at the game log in a minute. Ball with 13 assists there. Hayward with 47 points. Wow. Okay, let's have a look. So we are 18 and 50. We're still not, obviously not going to be a playoff team. But numbers are, oh, okay. His shooting has dropped a little bit, 39. Maybe we shouldn't have adjusted the drive and shoot as much. Maybe the catch and shoot's the way to go with him. His assist numbers are pretty good though. Finer details now, definitely finer details. Maybe if we tweak that back, maybe that'll be the thing that will get it sorted for us. But you know, it's definitely developing better. Let's have a look at the game logs. Actually, that's probably a good thing to have a look at. Yeah, his shooting numbers are still a bit all over the place. His rebound numbers are actually pretty good. And his assist numbers are pretty good. Got out quite quickly in that one. Yeah, his 3-point shooting is a bit erratic. Right, let's sim for another month quickly then. On this episode, let's get ourselves through to the 23rd of April. We'll stop on any action emails. So we are 1952, so I mean we are probably going to be down the bottom end of the league when we do a bit of a recap, which is pretty much expected. I'm just hoping that we can fix Ball into a player that we can develop going forward really. Next season is going to be really fun actually. We're going to have obviously a top draft pick, we'll have some salary cap, we'll have some really good young players to build around. How's these numbers looking now? 40%, yeah, okay. So the catch and shoot seems to be working pretty well. Passing's going up, his handling ability is going up. I'm just not sure how we stop some of these shots, unless it is the drive and shoot, unless we eliminate that maybe. Not sure, I'm really not sure. Let's get ourselves forward a couple more weeks. Not too worried, as you can probably see, I'm not too worried about the depth chart or anything. That's something we'll certainly tweak more in more detail if we get into a playoff position at some point. Oh, he's out for a sprained ankle for 3 days. Oh. The number's improving, 402 now. Ends on the 12th. Okay. Okay, I think we'll try and recap here where we were at. So we're almost near. I think we're nearly end of the season now, haven't we? Actually, have we ended the season? Okay, we've got 3 more games left to the 11th of April. Let's just get that done. We have a really strange rotation now, it looks like. Okay, it looks like we're tanking. Alright, fine. Let's just do it. Sim to playoffs. So, yeah, 4 more games left, that's fine. And we'll do a slight recap, and then we'll next time we'll probably come back and look at following the playoffs through. Obviously we're not going to be in there, but you know, slow steps. So in terms of standings, we are 21-61. We are the 2nd worst team in the conference. I believe the 3rd worst team in the entire league at this point. Celtics took the Eastern Conference, then the Nets. An interesting, real mixed bag of sort of middle tier guys there as well. So the 76ers squeaked in with the Bulls. Well, the Bulls at 39-43 made the playoffs. That's surprising. Golden State Warriors won 64 games. Okay, not surprising because they've got Wiseman who's just exploded for them. Then the Lakers, the Clippers, the Suns. Not really many odd ones there. I mean, the Pelicans is probably the only one that you would say is the difference maker. Dallas and Portland did not make it into the playoffs at all. And the Thunder and Timberwolves down there. But, you know, main focus for us was not really on wins or losses. It was to try and see if we can develop this man into a top player. And we're getting there. We are certainly getting there. His catch and shoot is back up 6% against drive and shoot. Perhaps we'll have to limit the drive and pass a little bit to try and get his numbers up that way, maybe. But much better. He's shooting 40% now, which is better than where he was at the start of the season. Minor adjustments, we'll look at that. But yeah, next time we'll come back and we'll recap. We'll go through the playoffs. Just carry on sorting out Ball's player instructions as we go through the playoffs, because we can still obviously set that. And then we'll see how we go into next season. But yeah, let's see how we get on. I'm really excited, as I said, about the prospect of some of these players we've managed to get in trade as well. Some good young players on some pretty decent contracts. So next season, I think we'll certainly improve in terms of win-loss record. Whether we make the playoffs or not is too early to tell. But yeah, that's the end of our first season with the Charlotte Hornets and LaMelo Ball.